since 1975. At that same time, we also began recognizing students in intermediate schools with Service Above Self awards. In the past 39 years, we have conducted over 4,000 interviews with students, trying to find those who exemplify service above self. And we have awarded, on behalf of the members of this club and the Salt Lake City Rotary Foundation, over 600 scholarships, totaling just over $400,000 to deserving students who have demonstrated their commitment to serving others. There is a quote that I'd like to read you from a mom. And she says, "I would like to tell you how much the scholarship for $1,000 that my daughter received has impacted our lives. This has helped my daughter to be able to go to the University of Utah. I am a single mother, and we share a room in my parents' home. It has given her the confidence that she was able to accomplish something important to her. I am working 2 jobs to be able to keep her in school. The scholarship you gave her impacts every child to achieve their dreams. I just wanted to say thank you again for the scholarship that the Rotary Foundation gave to each of these children, especially mine." So without further ado, we are here to honor these young men and women. And we awarded 9 schools scholarships, but we don't have speakers from 2 of them because they are taking IB tests for International Baccalaureate, which cannot be rescheduled. It's very, very important. So we did not have a speaker from West High or from Highland High, because they're doing truly what they should be doing, and that's pursuing their academics. So we will be hearing from 7 students from the other schools, and I want to say thank you for being here, to the administrators, the principals, the counselors, to honor these recipients. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read the names of the students who are with us, have them stand briefly. I'm going to ask you to hold your applause till I finish announcing all of the students, and then we'll get with the speeches. So from the Academy for Math, Engineering, and Science, we have Alice Toe, Tatisa Zinguzi, and Brian Anderson. From East High School, we have Bonnie Catherine Bennett, James David Gessel, Japheth, and I am just going to completely botch your last name. Can you say your last name, Japheth? Yeah. Japheth. Victoria Ann Brown. From Highland High, we have Catherine Orchard. So I lied, we have 1 student from Highland. From Horizonte, we have Joanna Galvez, we have Victoria Gomez, Jason Omar Alvarez, and Ana Yeli Reyes. From Judge, we have Victoria Landa Steinow and Jackie Morgan. From Roland Hall, we have Joe O. We have Nikita Abraham. From the Salt Lake Center for Science Education, we have Jade Bonamo, Stephanie Barajas, Summer Mickelson, Chamberlain Schultz. And from West High, we have parents of Julie Keller. So the parents of Julie can stand. And as I said, there are several students from West High and Highland who are not able to join us due to the IB, and AP honors exams. So what we're going to do now is proceed in alphabetical order by the name of the school for our speakers. And I'd like to recognize all of these fine young men and women. And now we have Thank you so much. Be seated. So the first school we're going to hear from is the Academy for Math, Engineering, and Science. So that means Tatisa will be our first speaker. So come on up, Tatisa.
Thank you. Service to me has always been about going above and beyond what is expected of one. And to me, service is the ability to recognize the daily conflicts one experiences and choosing to put someone else's first. Whether that means consoling a friend or volunteering at a soup kitchen, putting time aside to assist others is something to value. I would be lying if I said volunteering was completely selfless. What some people don't realize about helping others is that even though you do not initially plan on receiving anything in return, you also gain so much in the process. Through my 4 years with Interact as a member and dozens of service events and projects I've participated in, I've grown so much as a person. Serving as an officer of my high school's Interact Club has taught me more about leadership than I ever expected. I've made more friends at RILA last year than I think I have at school. And taking the time to aid those who truly need your support has taught me compassion, endurance, and what it truly means to be grateful. It was along the way, through these acts of service, that I discovered the most rewarding thing I could have possibly received. I learned about who I am. If not for a specific volunteering opportunity, the Rotary Polio campaign, I would have never found my passion in life. Knowing at an early age that I enjoyed assisting those less fortunate, I had a difficult time finding a career that incorporated service. I was immediately drawn in by the mysterious uncertainty and complexity that is associated with infectious disease. And when I first did some research regarding polio for the campaign years ago, it was with this scholarship that I was able to get an education to be able to do what I love. I will be attending Scripps College next year, and I plan on dual majoring in human biology and biomedical engineering. Having the opportunity to learn both and treat those infected with these various diseases is truly the best of both worlds for me. And with the time and tuition commitment I face in the future, I will be able to do so, and I am very grateful to receive this scholarship. On behalf of all of us who are receiving the scholarship today, I would like to say thank you for assisting us to continue with our education and providing us the opportunity to go on with the good vision of the Rotary organization, and for giving us a chance to continue the journey that we have started with Interact into Rotaract, the different institutions we are going to. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tatisa. I don't know about you, but when I was that age, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And I think that she's going to go on to do absolutely wonderful things. So next up is Bonnie Bennett with East High.
I am so honored to be standing here before you. Thank you all so much for your incredible generosity. Your service and selflessness truly inspire me, and I hope to someday give back to others in an influential way like you do. You truly touch the lives of so many people, and I'm so grateful for your scholarship. During my high school career, I've donated over 800 hours of service through my work with various organizations. I'm passionate about volunteering because of the positive impact I can have on the lives of other people. Every Wednesday, I play soothing heart music at Primary Children's Hospital, and either in the lobby or the neonatal intensive care unit. The power of music therapy comes alive for me when I watch the worn-down parents relax, if only for a moment. This summer, a family had heard me play my harp in the Children's Hospital, asked me to perform at the funeral of their child. The father said that while his child was sick in the hospital, each time he felt he couldn't go on, he came and listened to me play the harp. He never spoke to me in the hospital. I was so humbled to hear that I had unknowingly helped ease this stranger's suffering while I performed such a small act of service. This experience reinforced for me why I love volunteering. Volunteering teaches me to think outside of myself. For the rest of my life, I will continue to reach out to help members of my global community through music and many other forms of service. But my service pales in comparison to the incredible global service efforts of the Rotary Club. The Rotary Club has spent over $76 million to eradicate polio in the last 3 countries where it's been stopped: Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Nigeria, and in other countries that remain at risk. The Rotary Club helps so many people in so many places, such as working to improve literacy skills in rural Thailand and to improve sustainable farming practices in Cameroon. Paul Harris, the founder of the Rotary Club, said, "Whatever Rotary may mean to us, to the world it will be known by the results it achieves." Thank you so much for blessing the lives of so many people. I will forever remember your influence on my life and remain indebted to you for the kindness you Thank you again for your generosity.
Thank you so much, Bonnie. That was wonderful. And next up, we'll hear from Joanna Galvez from Horizonte.
Sorry for taking so long, I'm kind of pages away. All right. So for me, service is defined as a helpful activity. Personally, I know how it feels to receive help from others. In my life, the kind actions of others has been my lifeline. They have made a really big difference for me and my family. There were moments in our life where the lack of financial stability it was hard. And living day by day is not a fun thing. But through the act and service of others, it was not. And our kind of prayers were answered. And they helped us, which in my situation, it's hard. Now, I don't know about you, but life can get hard. And not knowing whether you're going to go to school or not is hard. And coming from someone like me, where I am the first person to go to college in my family, everyone in our family will do anything possible to let me go. My mom always taught me, do good for others, and others will do good. And Mom, you were right. I knew how it felt to be in this tough situation, to feel like if you had nothing and no one. So I took what my mom told me, and I helped others. I went and I volunteered several different times, several different organizations, and I cannot tell you the sense of gratitude that those people will give you makes everything okay. And then I knew I was not alone. There are other people out there who need service just as much as me. And if I can be that lifeline for them, if I can be that helpful hand, then so be it, I will. And, I wrote this whole, speech today about, empowerment and service, but up here it's so much different. Because you see the faces of the people who are helping you. You see the people and you get to meet them personally. Those people who are your lifeline, people who are my lifeline, who are going to make me and let me have the chance to go to college. And I cannot tell you how grateful I am. And standing up here and letting you know I will give back, not to just my community, but to the world, especially the Rotary Club. I cannot tell you how much this will help me. Next time you see me talking, it will not only be at my graduation, but it will be at college graduation. Big deal. And you're going to see me out there giving back to my community as a neurosurgeon. And I will do it proudly and happily with a smile on my face every single day. And it's going to start here with your help. And I cannot say how grateful and how thankful I really am to each and every one of you. Even if I don't get to meet you personally, know that this is me, and I'm saying thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. I have no doubt that you will go on and become a neurosurgeon and do great things. So next, we've got from Judge Victoria Linda Steino.
First off, I just want to say that was a very touching speech, and thank you all for being here today, giving me the opportunity to be up here. Service is an incredible opportunity to bring together the human race as a community. I was fortunate enough to find myself surrounded by amazing people that I was able to look up to and aspire to become over the past 18 years of my life. As a high school student, I have made it a point to be a part of my community. Service is just as much about being a community as it is helping those in need. Service forces people to come together, to spend time with one another, to start a dialogue. It forces people to open up and get to know one another. This kind of behavior can lead to understanding and respect for others' differences. And this is what service is truly about. No matter where I am next year, in 5 years, in 20 years, I will continue my life's journey committed to service. It is a crucial aspect of progress, development, and social connection that will be present in my daily life. In my career, I aim to create a safety net for people who are too weak to stand on their own, or even give insight to those who lack necessary resources. When I have children, I will instill in them the values and morals my family, teachers, and mentors have instilled in me. I will pass down the torch to the next generation and make sure their will to keep it lit is 10 times stronger than my own. Today, I am honored to be selected as a recipient of the Service Call Self Scholarship. As a result, it has contributed to my continuation of my education. I had planned on attending Loyola University Chicago in the fall. While I was busy in the school, I was overwhelmed by the feeling of belonging, a feeling that has been tugging at me ever since. Loyola's mission statement is as follows. We are Chicago's Jesuit Catholic University, a diverse community seeking God in all things and working to expand knowledge in the service of humanity through learning, justice, and faith. The money that the Rotary Club has awarded me is helping me achieve my dream of attending this wonderful university, where I will continue to discover my place in the world. So thank you.
Thank you, Victoria. And Loyola is a fabulous school. It's great. And next from Roland Hall, we have Nikita Abraham.
I would like to thank the Lake Rotary Club and all its members. Service is a crucial part of maintaining a healthy community, but sadly, it is also one of the most underrated parts of the community. So thank you for supporting students who recognize the importance of service also. I'd also like to thank my parents, Deb and Joe, for teaching me how to give back to the community and for supporting me. My parents have both helped the community by providing healthcare for people who oftentimes cannot afford it. My dad and I volunteer together at the Live Clinic, a clinic for people who cannot afford the cost of healthcare. He volunteers as a physician, and he gives people the care and attention they need. He has taught me that you should do community service wholeheartedly and selflessly. My parents have been the people who have pushed me to accomplish as much as I can, and I'm very grateful for their patience and support. I'd also like to thank my teachers at Roland Hall for giving me countless opportunities and for teaching me the importance of community service. I would especially like to thank Liz Page, the Director of Service Learning at Roland Hall. She has been and will continue to be an inspiration to me. She has provided me with countless community service opportunities and has truly helped me achieve all that I have. Community service is more than just helping people. There's a way to make essential connections with different people. When I was volunteering at the Pinker Center for Children with Autism as a ninth grader, I taught a small boy about 6. It was my first time interacting with a child with an autistic child, and I was anxious. As I showed him various alphabet letters, I saw that he was struggling to understand, so we took a break and played with toys. As I stood up to talk with the teacher, he ran up behind me and tightly hugged my leg. His affection towards me, a complete stranger, touched me. I've hugged kids his age before, but they never hugged me like this. This experience reinforced the fact that volunteering can help you see and interact with people differently, and that people can often see you differently than how you might see yourself. Through community service, I have met many inspirational and truly lovely people. They have impacted my life by teaching me, by sharing their experiences with me, and they have helped me become a more accepting and open person. While I appreciate being recognized for my service today, please know that the service work I have done has changed me, improved me, and for this I am grateful. The scholarship motivates me to maintain and expand on my community service. I promise you that I will continue to serve our community as a first-year student at the University of Utah. Thank you for all that you do for our community, and thank you for encouraging my spirit of service.
Thank you, Leah. Your parents must be very proud. They're over here just beaming and taking pictures, so that's great. Next up, from the Salt Lake Center for Science Education, we have Jade Bonema.
Remember, there's no such thing as a small act of kindness. Every act creates a ripple with no logical end. Service to me is taking action to make a positive impact, solve a problem, or raise awareness. My 5th grade teacher introduced service learning to me and has shown me what service is. My first year serving, we went to a local care center where I met Donald. He was an 80-year-old man who served in wars, and his stories I look forward to every week. Our last week of serving, I realized how much I meant him because he emphasized he had nobody else. So every year since then, I've always been part of service learning. For the past 2 years, I've been the service learning intern at the Salt Lake Center for Science Education. My responsibility as an intern is to teach all the 6th graders about local and global issues and how to plan and carry out a year-long service project. Leading and mentoring groups, I feel we can make more of an impact by doing service together rather than alone because we create more ripples. Service has brought only good experiences and opportunities into my life. My time serving has helped me pave the path that I am on. I want to be a geriatrics nurse because of the time I spent serving the elderly through my school years. It has also helped me receive this scholarship from Rotary. This scholarship will certainly improve my life because I can now spend a greater amount of time on my work, on my studies, and not on work, which will make my education a lot more successful. Thank you for your generosity, and service has definitely been one of the tools that has helped me shape who I am today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jade. And our last speaker is from the Salt Lake School for the Performing Arts, Chamberlain Schultz.
There is no way to quantify what one heart and 2 hands can do. There is no limit to what kindness can achieve and how it can impact generations to come. Progress can be charted and hours logged, but much like love, you cannot put a value on a smile or feeling of safety and comfort that service brings. That is why I am so honored to be speaking here today with the privilege of being awarded a Rotary Scholarship. I can imagine no greater work to be about than one that resides in the hearts and lives of people unable to be visibly seen or tallied, but one that follows lives and never stops giving. John Edward Ramsden was my great-great-great-grandfather, and a man I came to know through the pages of my family history. It was said that the only emotion John ever showed was love. I can think of no greater legacy to leave. John Ramsden's unfailing kindness and dedication to love has shown me that service is about sacrifice and being lost in meaningful work that strives to improve lives. It's service that does not only exist as weekly activities with programs or groups, but is a daily commitment to put others first, even in the simplest of ways. All my life, the calling that has excited my soul the most is the arts, the pursuit of creating, constructing, giving, and performing. I always knew that no matter what I did or where I went, I wanted to make my life a work of art. And though I love art and find it to be one of the greatest ways to spend a life, this scholarship has encouraged me to shift my sights a little differently and strive to make my life a work of art, to give often without pause, to help without reservation or intention of reward, to bear all cheerfully, to listen to those who need to be heard. to stand up for worthy causes, to sacrifice and then sacrifice some more, visit neighbors, elderly family, and those who have no one, to fight with all my heart for what matters most, to make an extra batch of cookies knowing that they will find their way to someone in need, to smile at everyone, and to above all love without reservation or judgment, because we all are our brother's keeper. I thank you again for this great honor and will do my best to live up to its standards.
Lovely. So I don't think it's possible to listen to these wonderful students and not come away with a real sense of hope for the future. I would be remiss if I did not take this opportunity to thank my co-chair, Tim Brown, for his support in this process. And I also want to give a huge thank you to Brett Sutherland, who was chair of this committee for the past 10 or more years. I really do not know how he did this because, this is a volunteer organization, and I was Brett's co-chair, but I didn't do, I think, well, now I know, a lot of the heavy lifting. It is an immense job, so thank you so much, Brett. His company also donated all the printing of today's programs and the signs, the table signs. So thank you for that. I also had an amazing committee of about 28 Rotarians who went out to all of these schools, as well as 10 middle schools. Middle school students do not receive cash awards, they receive certificates. So these Rotarians and most of the people on my committee interviewed at more than one school. So I would like to thank my committee, my scholarship committee, for doing the work of interviewing and making the very tough decisions of picking who receives these awards. I want to thank the Salt Lake Rotary Board for their support of this cause and the Salt Lake Rotary Foundation for supporting these awards. I believe it's one of the largest cash donations that they make, and it is greatly, greatly appreciated. The Rotary District Foundation has given us the funds the last 2 years. And this year, we had an anonymous donor match what the Salt Lake City Rotary Foundation gave to us, which was $24,000. Yes, please. And this person did this after hearing me speak at the first committee meeting. I work at Westminster College, and I deal with students sometimes, and the need is so great and will never be met. And sometimes students come into my office and they say that, there's nothing left. My dad lost his job, my mom is sick, and we've started recently what we call a hardship fund. And I, we go down to financial aid, and sometimes we're able to cobble together enough funds so that they're able to stay in school, and sometimes not. So the need out there is huge. And after me relaying this story, this Rotarian came up to me and said, that, I want to do something to help. And so they matched what we had. And then we got money from the district. So this year we had $52,000. And that is so we were able to give 26 scholarships at $2,000 each. And most of the students are here today. I also really want to thank John Ashton and the University of Utah Alumni Association for their graciousness and the additional scholarships for our recipients. So if a student is going to the U, and I've heard a couple of you are, then you get an additional $1,000 from the U of U Alumni Association. So thank you to the U. And finally, I'd like to thank all of the Rotarians in Club 24. Each of you have made this possible.
So as you go off to college, get involved with Rotary and see if there's a Rotaract club at the college. And if there isn't one, start one, because that's how you can continue to stay involved in the work that you've started. So we're going to take a photo, a group photo of all the students, and I think probably the best place is going to be over in this corner. So if I could have all the students come over, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take a group photo with Tim and I and the leadership of the club. And then if you haven't signed, students, if you haven't signed this, please sign it as well. This is a book that we give to Franklin Elementary School, and we donate books to Franklin. That's kind of our adopted school. So please sign this. And inside the packets, very important, is the information you need to know on how to claim your scholarship. There's also a lovely certificate in there that you can get framed. So don't forget your packet. And for administrators, if there is a student not here, I ask that you take the packets back to the school to get it to the children. It's funny, they're not children, to the students. I'm going to end a quote, and I'm going to end with a quote from Winston Churchill that I have. It's a little tiny quote, and I have it taped right on my computer monitor. And it's directed at all of us, but especially to our young people with us today. And it says, "We make a living by what we get, and we make a life by what we give." So again, thank you all very much. Let's all meet over here for photos. Trees. See, I knew I was going to forget the trees. Completely off of scholarships. I'm chair of the Parks and Environment Committee. We put out in the newsletter that just got sent last night that we're planting trees with Tree Utah on Redwood Road. We are not planting trees on Redwood Road. We're planting trees in Sugar House Park. So it's May 31st, 9 a.m., Sugar House Park. Terry and I will be there, and we'd love to have as many Rotarians join us as possible. It's a lot of fun. We dig really big holes, and we're planting 8 huge mature trees in Sugar House Park. So again, thank you.